All right, so the Volvo Ocean Race is this weekend, and if you haven't heard of it, well, it's one of the longest and toughest races in all of sailing. But it's not just the pros that are hitting the water. The race and the sport is inspiring young people in Bronx, New York, and Emily Reppert has the story.
The Volvo Ocean Race is the biggest offshore race in the world.
Across 45,000 nautical miles of the most treacherous seas, touching 6 continents and 12 cities, the Volvo Ocean Race is one of the toughest sailing competitions in the world.
And it's a race that takes 9 months. We are around like 2 weeks to up to 3 weeks on the sea, and every stopover we have like 10 to 14 days rest.
But for pro sailor Simeon Timpont, life on the open seas is more than just a job.
It's this feeling nobody's telling you what to do. The only rules that you have are the rules of nature, the wind, the waves, and the weather. I think that gives a really powerful feeling.
All right, here we go. Woo!
And it turns out you don't have to travel around the world for that feeling. In fact, sometimes you can find it in the most unlikely of places. Here in the South Bronx in New York City, it's pretty much a concrete jungle, but just on the other side of this building sits the Bronx River, an escape from the busy city life for teens in this community.
Rocking the Boat is a nonprofit organization that allows high school age students from anywhere to come and learn how to sail, build boats, or learn about the water environment.
Francisco Cabrera is a boat building apprentice here at Rocking the Boat.
Is this gonna have a name? Does it have a name yet?
Yeah, it does. It's called El Jefe. It means the
boss.
Yeah.
And although he's not the boss quite yet, the 16-year-old is on his way.
After this, I'm going to a landing school down in Maine, which is especially for boat building.
Because the motto for this program, which has been empowering teens for the past 20 years, is kids don't just build boats, boats build kids. And today, Team Axo Noble is teaming up with Rocking the Boat to help spread that message.
They see, I think maybe for the first time, that we make a living out of it as athletes, but also that around us, we're only a small little part, guys sailing the boat, but around us, there's a whole group of professionals. It shows, that there are a lot of possibilities within the sport, and there's a whole industry out there as well.
From boat building tips to a friendly sailing competition, the team spent the day with teens in the South Bronx.
Well, so far I've learned a little bit about the sailboats and a little bit about turning the boats and all that.
Before sailing over to the Brooklyn Marina, where the teens got to tour a 70-foot racing boat, just like the one they'll use for their upcoming excursion.
What I learned about what they do is the weather conditions that they sail in. I found this so fascinating that they don't have to stop and wait if a storm is happening.
But the biggest takeaway for these teens, realizing there's a whole world out there waiting for them to explore.
We use boats as a way to impact young people and help them reach opportunities and dreams and possibilities that they never literally knew were out there or possible in the first place.
I think it's a really good opportunity, especially for us kids in the Bronx, because we really don't get opportunities like this coming to us often. So I feel really grateful that I was offered this.
Emily Reppert, Channel 1 News.